Shahnaz, can you mute yourself? Okay, so till yesterday, what we did is we imported two of the data sets, which is customer data and product data. And we did few transformation, right? Like working with text specific tools and we saw like how to merge multiple columns, uh, how to sort the data and a few other transformations, right? So today what we will be doing is we will be working with few of the uh, text specific tools, and then we will start looking into number specific tools, which means like how sum function works, how min max, all these functions work. And we will be importing few other data sets, which is calendar calendar data, and I'll show you how the different calendar function like day, week, start of the week, start of the month, all these functions work, right? And if time permits, we will also look into one uh, sales data set. Okay, so I will start with where we left yesterday. So we actually made most of the transformation in this uh, customer data set and product data set. Few of the transformation I want to do in the customer lookup. So I will go here. So how to actually from this page, how to go to the Power Query editor, right? So what you can do is under Home tab in the ribbon, under Home tab, there is a option under Queries which is called Transform Data, right? So if you hover over this, you will see a pop-up coming saying use the Power Query editor to connect, prepare, and transform data, right? So once you click onto this one, it will ask for transform data and the settings. You have to click on the transform data. So as soon as you click on the transform data button, a window will open. And this is again, if you see, this is Power Query Editor, wherein we have all the tables at the left. This is the pane where you can see the data, and towards right, you have name and applied steps, right? So this is something we saw yesterday also, this particular editor. Now, uh, one or two more operations I will do today. So let's say till yesterday, what we did, we created, if I go to customer lookup, we created something called username, right? How did we create it? We used uh, extract option and used text before delimiter, right? And we used uh, at the rate as a delimiter to pull the letters prior to at the rate, right? Let's say somebody wants to pull a domain name, right? By domain name, what I mean is, let's say somebody wants to, from the email address, somebody wants to pull this adventure works, right? From all the email address, if somebody wants to pull adventure works, how we will pull it? Because if we use text after delimiter, let's say at the rate, so I will get everything adventureworks.com, right? So there is something called as text between delimiter. So I will click on the email address and go to add column. Why? Because I want to retain email address, and then I want to create one new column wherein I will have something called domain. So I will click on add column, and then I will go to extract. So yesterday we looked into text before delimiter, right? But we have multiple options over here. So we have something called text between delimiter. Here you can specify two different delimiters, start delimiter, end delimiter. So I know that adventure works is between @ and dot. In the entire email address, everywhere you see there will be one @ and one .com. So dot before com, right? So here I will specify @ under end delimiter. I will specify dot. Okay. And under advanced option, I don't need to do anything. It just says scan from the start, number of start delimiter to skip, right? So I don't want to skip any of the delimiter in the start. Then again, scan for the end delimiter, which is dot, and then number of end delimiter to skip. So I don't want to skip any delimiter at the end. So advanced option in such cases wherein you have only one, let's say you will have like multiple @ or something like that, then advanced option will work. Otherwise, like if you have only one values, like one @ one dot or any one delimiter in the entire value, then advanced option is not required. So you can click on OK and it will create a new column saying text between delimiter. So I can rename this by double clicking on the column header, and I can tell this as domain. W- so see, whatever I am doing right now, everything is recorded in the applied step. So you can see inserted text between delimiter and renamed column 1. So there are two steps that you see here, and the remaining steps are those which we did yesterday, right? Now, let's say I want to replace dash with space. So in this adventure works, there is a dash you can see, right? So if you want to replace this dash with space, you can again go to, and I know I want to replace this dash from space with space in the same column, right? So I will go to transform tab and not add, like not use add column tab, right? So I am in transform tab. There is something called replace values. There is a inbuilt option available. So you can click on replace values. uh, what value you need to find? You need to find wherever there is a dash, replace it with space. And I pressed OK. So this is what you got, right? Uh, let's say I want to capitalize each word. How will I do? Can anybody tell me? I want to capitalize each of these words. Which option I should choose?
We are not retaining the uh, column, right, Meha? So mm
I want to capitalize values inside domain column.
domain column.
Yeah. So how will I do that?
The option you want us to say, right?
Yeah. So from where I can go, like, should I use transform tab or should I use add column tab? If add column, where should I go? If transform, where should I go? Like, from where can I get capitalize each word? Because this is something we did yesterday also. Like, we had
Mm,
done capitalization yesterday. So that's why
yeah,
I thought I will check. Yeah.
yeah. So already we have added a column and we have got the um, email,
Value.
right?
Yeah.
Values. So we'll go with the transform itself. But
Yeah.
the option for capitalization, I'm looking for
I
it.
think we go
Uh,
to the format after we
Yeah.
do
Format.
transform.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See, there you
Uppercase.
go. Yeah. So
Yep.
uppercase will make it uppercase, like all the letters will be
All
uppercase. We will do capitalize each word. So it will only make the first letter capital, right?
capitalize. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I was asking, right? So
Yeah.
there are few, right, there are few options that is being like that we use, let's say format in which you can see lowercase, uppercase, capitalize, right? Then we used replace values, wherein you can replace values with other values, right? Then we have used extract. So if you want to extract anything, let's say somebody wants to uh, see or find out the length of a particular this thing, let's say all these values, right? So you can click on length also, and then it will give you the length. So what I did, I actually did not go to transform. So since this column was selected and I directly hit on the length, so it gave me length of each of the values. And since there was adventure works everywhere, it gave me 15, 15, 15, right? I don't want this, but I was showing like which, but like what exactly these does. Right, then first character will give you the first character of each of these, last character will give last character. So all these options are available here, right? uh so I think yeah, these are the things. And then again, this is something we discussed yesterday also. Since we are on the text column, all the number is related options are grayed out, right? You can't see the number related options. But if you click on, let's say, the numeric column, then the number related options will get highlighted, right? So let me actually go to the product lookup and talk about few number related options. Okay. So there are something called statistics, standard and scientific, right? Under statistics, what all options we have available? We have sum, minimum, maximum, median, all these things, right? So sum will basically do summation of the entire all the values in the rows, right? So if you see, there is a pop-up coming which says return the sum of all the values in the currently selected column, right? So let's say I am selecting under product, let's say I have product price, right? So if I click on product price and hit sum, what it will do, it will do summation of all the values that are there in each of these rows in this column, and it will give me, it will return one value to us, like what is the total price of all the products that is out there, right? So this statistical options that is available to us, this allow us to evaluate basic stats for the selected column, right? And these tools that is available, these tools return a single value, right? So this is not used, this is just for exploratory purpose, right? Like what will we do with one value? But let's say we want to get an idea, like whatever product we have in our data set, what is the, let's say, average price of that particular, like average price of all the products, right? Or what is the total price of all the products, what is the average cost of the products in the data set that we have? So these are just used for exploratory purpose because these options will return a single value. So this will never be used for loading the data or like that, right? So I will show you one or two examples. So let's say I want to find out the number of unique products in the table. So there are multiple products, right? If you see, there are 214, 215, 218. Likewise, we have like multiple products. First is something related to sport helmet. Second is also helmet, but black color. Third one is socks, medium size. Fourth one is socks with large size. So we have multiple products in our data set. Let's say I want to identify how many number of unique products are available in this data set. So how we will do that? So what we will do is we will select product key, okay, and we will go to, let's say, add column. So if you go to add column, you see the statistics option is grayed out, right? Why why it is grayed out? Because I don't want to add anything over here. My purpose is just to find out the number of unique products. So I want to use this column only. I don't want to create any new column using this column. I want to use this column and see what is the distinct count of each of the product, like how many number of unique products are available. So that's why under add column, this is grayed out. If you go to transform, this won't be grayed out. Here you can see it. So what I will do under transform, uh, I will go to statistics and then I will select count distinct values, right? So what it will give me, it will return the number of unique values in the column. Count values, what it will do, it will select, it will return the number of all the, so let's say you have null values also. Let's say in some particular row, there is null value, right? So count value will not return that null, like that will not count null into the total count, right? But if count distinct you will select, it will give you the unique it will give you the unique count from the selected column. Let's say 214 is repeating twice, right? So if you select count distinct, 214 will be counted only once. But if you select count values, it will count 214 twice, right? So I want to find out the distinct values, distinct product from this table. So I'll click on count distinct values and it is giving me 293, which means we have 293 unique products in our data set, right? But I don't want to load this into my dashboard. Why? Because what will we will do with this information? This is just for exploratory purpose so that we get an idea. Okay, we have around 300 unique products, and then we will see we of out of all these products, the average price of this product is, let's say, uh, something like $500 or something, right? So this is just for exploratory purpose. That's why I'm removing this last applied step from here, right? So before I go ahead, do you guys have any question or is it confusing? Are you following this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's clear now.
Becca, any
Yeah,
question?
yeah. Not yet. I don't have any questions.
Okay, sure. So, so that's how we have used under transform tab, we have used statistics. Okay, so let's say I want to find out the average price or maximum price, right? So what I will do, I will select product price and then I will go to transform statistics. Then there is something called average. We have some minimum, maximum, average, all these. So I will click on the average. What it is giving me is the average price of all the items that is out there. It's 714. So these are few of the exploratory analysis that you can do at your end just to identify like how the numbers are looking. What does it signify? Is it making sense or not? Right? So that is few things. And then I wanted to do few more uh, changes, transformation over here. Let's say I want to, so here if you see, we have like after decimal, we have four digits, right? So I want it to round it to 2 digit. So how we will do that? So what I'll do, if you want to round any of the numerical value, there is an option available. So you need to go to transform. And why I'm going to transform? Because I want to do the transformation in this column itself. I don't want to retain this and then create again one column wherein I will do the rounding, right? Because rounding like 4 digit doesn't make sense. Like why would I have like 4 till 5 decimals in one particular column, right? So I will transform in this particular column only. So that's why I'm going to transform tab. And then there's a option called rounding. There will be some option. Yeah, here there's option which is rounding. So once you hit on rounding, you will get round up, round down, or round. So I want to specify the number of decimal digits. That's why I'm hitting on round. And then you can specify how many decimal places to round. So let's say I want to round 2 decimal places, right? So you click on 2 and then press OK. So it came to 13.09, right? Similarly, if you see here for few of these, we have 34.99 and then we have 4 digits. So it's random. So I can do the same thing for product price. Around 2 decimal. Okay. Okay. So these are rounded now. And let's say I want to now one question for you guys. Let's say I want to create a new column. Okay. Naming discounted price, and how that column I want to create. I want to multiply these two values and have that multiplicative value in a new column. How will I do that? Like, can somebody tell me, like, how can I create a new column and then do a operation of multiplication wherein I will put this multiply by this? Do you guys want to try, like, how to do that?
Can we go to the add column?
Okay. So I want to multiply, right? So you know the summation, multiplication, any kind of those options will available under here from number, right?
Oh, okay.
So under,
So we go to
yeah, so here statistics is grayed out. Why? Because statistics just give me one value, right? So statistics works on the entire column, wherein standard operation that is out there works row by row. So if you select any of the operation from here, right? Let's say add or multiply, it will work on each of these rows. Each of these rows, and the value will get stored in the new column, wherein you will have the new value, which is multiplicative value, or after addition, whatever value you will get there, right? So I want to multiply. Basically, I want to multiply my product price by 0.9, let's say. So what I will do, which option I will select from here?
multiply.
Yeah. And then,
And then 0.9.
yeah. So I will put 0.9. I will press OK. So if you see here what it did, from 34.99, I have multiplied it by 0.9. So it is giving me 31.491, right? Which means
Yeah.
like almost, let's say 35 and 31, almost $3.5 lesser than what we had, like for the first row I'm talking. So
Yeah.
I will give the name of this column as, let's say, discounted price. So I have multiplied each value with 0.9, which means like 90%, right? So I'm telling that I am giving you discount of 10% on each of these, right? So these are the values, and I will name this as discount price. So how we have calculated this? We knew that this is the actual price of each of the product, and I wanted to create one column with discounted create a new column naming discounted price, wherein I wanted to give like 10% discount on the original price, right? So that's why I multiplied it by 0.9, which is like 90%, right? So this is the 90%, meaning instead of $35, we will give you the same thing in 31.49 or $5, right? So that is the price that I am giving. Now I want to round it. So from where can I go and round?
Rounding option.
Transfer.
Transform, correct. Yeah, we have to go to transform, and then
Rounding option.
we have to go to rounding, and then we will go to round whatever decimal places you want to give, 1, 2, 3, whatever, right? And then okay. So we have now one new column wherein you have discount price, right? So hope these are clear to you guys, right?
Meha, you said
Yeah.
you have asked us to multiply the two rows, right? S-
No. So how it works,
Oh,
that's what, not two rows.
yeah.
I wanted to create a column wherein
Mm.
values in each rows should be 90% of the values of product price,
Okay.
right? So let's say I'm picking row number 13, right? So what I want is, we have in product price, we have 1263. I wanted to have one column called discounted price, wherein the value should be 90% of this value,
Okay.
right? So I don't like, I was not asking to create a discounted price for only two rows, and that is also not possible, because how these options works, if you select any of these options from like the standard or scientific, like any of what it will do, it will apply uh, uh, these factors, these multiplicative factor or subtract, to each of the rows in the table. It will not be applied to, let's say, a specific 2 or 3 rows. That won't happen. So in Power BI, there are two things that can happen. One, the value will be applied on the entire column in one, and it will return you a single value. Or the second thing is, there will be row by row operation. So either it will be column operation or it will be row by row operation. If it's column operation, as we had here in sum under transform, so it it was applied on the entire column at one go. It did the summation and it gave you one output. That is called like column operation, right? Then the second thing is row by row operation. Row by row operation means it will pick each row. It will go to the first row. It will look into value. It will apply that thing, multiply by 0.9. It will give return you 31.49. Then it will go to the second row. It will do the same thing. Then it will go to the third row, and this will be repeated till the time you reach the last row. So this is row by row operation. It will never happen that it will be applied to only 2 row or 5 rows likewise. If you are picking any of the options from here, it will apply row by row and it will be applied to the entire table. Is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear. And my another query is, if suppose for example we are seeing product cost and product price,
Mhm.
uh, we don't assume it as a product cost or product price. We assume it as a and B, and we need to multiply the both columns. If we choose from the transform option,
Mhm.
multiply, will
Mhm.
we get the new column result automatically or not?
No, from transform we won't get, right? So from transform, let's say if you do multiply, what it will give you, it will multiply the values. Let's say 13.09 multiplied by, let's say I do something. Enter a number you want to multiply, right? So just have a look. Right now it's 13.09. Let's say I multiply it by 0.5. right? So it will be half, right? So
Mm.
that operation will happen here only, and you have changed the actual product cost itself because we have chosen the option from transform button.
No, no, ma'am. I'm asking for the
Hmm.
this two, product cost and product price.
Mm-hmm.
Not my question. My query is,
Hmm.
in case in future if we get some data that we need to multiply A and B and we should get the result C.
Hmm.
A into B is equals to C.
Hmm.
So if we have to do it from the transform or we have to do it from the add column.
No, you won't be able to do from the transform, right? Because what is the basic concept? With transform, you will transform the existing column, but you want
Mm,
to create a new column which is C. So you have
we-
two column A and B. You want to
mm,
create a new column C. So if you want to create a new column C, which will be the multiplication of A and B or addition of A and B, then you will
mm.
have to go to add column because
And
transform will transform the existing column. Yeah.
so under the add column,
Mhm.
uh, under the multiply, we will be adding A in multiply with A. We will write like that.
No, I will tell you how you will do.
Okay.
So let's say, so what happened just now? So what I did, I I selected product cost and product
And
price.
product price. Yeah.
And then you go to standard, click on multiply. So what it is doing, since I have already selected two
Already.
columns,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it is multiplying the values from both the columns and creating a new column with the multiplicative value, right? So in this case, you don't need to specify anything because you have already selected two columns. So Power BI is smart enough to understand that I want to multiply these two columns, values of these two columns.
Yeah. Got it. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more question, Beka? Any question?
No.
Okay. So I think, yeah, so we are good with this one. And just thinking, I think, yeah, we are good with this one. Let's look into calendar lookup now, like few options related to calendar. So I will, for now, I will close and apply. This is done. And by the way, what I want to tell you guys one thing is the options that right now we are seeing, right? Those multiplication or addition or all those things, that is one of the options that is available, right? But in future, when we will discuss the DAX queries and when we will come to like the modeling and post modeling, we will discuss multiple DAX expressions. So in, like, while creating any dashboard, it's recommended to use as much possible as you like, as much as you can use DAX queries, because all those multiplication, division, addition, any kind of transformation that we are learning right now, right? Those we can do it here. So let's say I want to create what we discussed right now, right? The addition part. Let's say I'm in product lookup and I want to create a column wherein I want to multiply these two, product price and product cost, right? So see here, what you can do, you can write a DAX function in which you can select this column, multiply by this column, and then one new column will be created. That is, so you can create calculated columns and measures. So those things we will discuss later on, but the recommendation would be, it's good to know like what all options are available in the Power Query editor, and for like for few times you can use that also, but make like it's good habit to learn the or use DAX as much as possible, right? So the same thing that we are doing right now in Power Query editor, can be done using DAX, which we will learn later on, right? So just wanted to let you guys know, like those things that we are learning right now can be done here also using DAX. Okay. Now we will look into the calendar table, right? So I have again similar to other tables. I'll go to get data, click on CSV, and then I will pull a calendar file that I have. Okay. So a preview page will open. This is very simple. I have only one column saying date. I will hit on transform data. Two things that I'll do. One is, first of all, I'll change the name. AW calendar, I will name it as lookup. And the other thing is it's already date, the data type, so we are good, right? Now we will talk about the different date related tools or options that is available here, right? So if you want to create a calendar table, right? So you have to do that using add column only, because we already have date here and I want to use few other date specific tools that is out there, right? So the date relates, and see one thing, if I have selected date, all the options related to number is grayed out, right? Because I can't apply these on this column. But you see the date and time option that is there, it's highlighted. So the depending on the data type that we have selected, or the column with the data type, which is like, let's say date data type, only the date option will be highlighted at that time, and the non-relevant option will be grayed out, right? So here under date, we have multiple options similar to what we had in the standard statistics we saw, right? So under age, it will give you the difference between current time and date in any row, right? So that will give you the age. It will create a new column which will contain the duration between current time, let's say like 18/5/2023 and 9/8 is happening at my end. So that minus the value in each of the those rows under the date field, date column that we have. Then date only will give you the only date part. If you, let's say you have date and time value in the selected column, so this particular option will give you only date. Similarly, you can fetch year, month, all those things from this particular date column. So let's say uh, I want to add a column with day and the name of the day. So let's say 1/1/2015 in the first row. If you see here, first row 1/1/2015, if you want to know what is the day on that particular date, right? So you can go to day and then select name of the day. You will get the name, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, likewise, right? Similarly, you can actually have, and if you select date, day name, see everything is grayed out. Why? Because you can't do anything using day name. So any operation that you will have to apply should be applied on the date. So that's why you have to select date field and then you have to look into options. Otherwise it will be grayed out, right? Because that was not making sense. So again, you can do the similar kind of thing. Let's say I want to see year, start of the year. So I can see, like for this one, these are the, like for 2015, right? We have everywhere it's 1/1/2015, 1/1/2015, because this is a start of the year, the first date of the year it will give, right? Then under month, we have start of month. So it will give you like for each month, let's say the first one in January, if you scroll down.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Sort ascending. And then start of the month, right? So let me see. Everywhere it's giving me same result. Let me actually try something else. Let's say day name. Okay. So this is making sense. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's say we use week. So week, start of the week. Okay. So what it is giving me? Okay. Yeah, this is fine. So if you see start of the week, which is like 4/1/2015 till 4 till 10, it is giving me 4/1/2015. So this is like what is the start date of that particular week. So you have 4/1/2015. Then we have 11/1/2015. And what this by default it is taking Sunday as the first day of the week. So that's why you see the Sunday with 4/1/2015 date, it is picking as the first day of the week, start of the week. We can change this also if you want to have uh, the week starting from Monday instead of Sunday. What you can do is you can go here and then here this is mQuery. You don't need to touch all these things, but if somebody wants to make change, they can do that here. Okay. So what you can do is uh, what I can do is after this I can press comma and then I can write day dot Monday. So what it will do, it will take the first date of the week as Monday. So wherever right now Sunday is getting tagged as the first day of the week, it will change to Monday. Let's say I'm doing this. So you see now like Monday is the first day of the week. So this I'm just showing you, you don't need to do any of these changes or anything. But if somebody wants to, or if let's say your client wants you to have a week starting from Monday, you can do that from here. So just wanted to show you guys. But don't worry about mQuery because you will never work with the mQuery. Like you will never do any editing in the mQuery. So don't worry about like how will I understand this mQuery or how will I edit these mQuery. You don't have to do this at all while creating a dashboard, right? So okay, that is fine. Then let's say I want to have month, right? So I go here and let me select this. So these are uh, okay, but I don't want this, right? So see, there is one error that I have done. What error I have done? I was I had selected the start of the week and then I pulled the month, start of the month, which is not right, right? Because I want to check the start of the month for each of these date and not the start of the week. So I'll remove this. I will click on date and then I will select month and then start of the month, right? So what it is giving me, if you see, is start of the month. So see from here, we had 1 to 2015, 2 to 2015, all these. So from here, second month has started, right? Till here, 31st January. Then here, from here, it's February. So if you see start of the month, under start of the month, you have like first to 2015 till 28th Feb, it will be first to 2015, right? And then it will be 1/3/2015. So if you see here till 28th Feb, it's 1st to 2015, and from 1st third it's 1/3/2015. So it is giving me what is the start date of each particular value, right? Then if you want to have, let's say, year, right? So you can actually pull the year, start of the year you can pull, and multiple things you can pull. You can pull any, let's say you want to pull what is the year it actually belongs to. So you have 2015, then you will have values, other values also, like if you have 2016 or 2017 in this data set, so you will have 2016 and 2017 also, right? So you have multiple data set over here, 2016, 2017, all those things. And then let's say if you want to have month also, so you can go to month, click on month, and then it will give you the month. Okay, month number, it will give you 1, 2, 3, 4. So January will be month 1, Feb will be month 2. If you want to have month name, then you can click on month, name of month, right? And if you go right, it will give you January, February, likewise. So just using all these options, my intent was that there are multiple options that is available under date column, date option, right? So if you see here, you can do any transformation saying like year, start of year, end of year, all those things under year option. For month also you have multiple options available, quarter, week, day. So multiple things you can do. So using the date field, what we had, like we started with one of the columns, right? And right now we have like, let's say like 6, 7 columns out there giving me different kind of information, saying what is the day it belongs to, which month it was in, what is the start of the week, which year this particular date belongs to, right? So all those information we can create, and you can create any of these. It's not mandatory to have like only these 6, 7 columns that we have created right now. Like whatever you want to create, you can go here and select that particular option. Let's say you want to have like the quarter, so you can have that also, quarter of the year, which quarter this particular date falls into, right? So you can play around with all these options and you can create a very good calendar table. Why we create a calendar table, that I will discuss during the relationship part, like during the modeling, wherein we will create the relationship between tables. But we should always have one calendar table in our data set. Okay, so that's how we have created a calendar table with multiple columns and multiple rows. Any questions you guys have?
Yeah, my question is, when we add, like for the start of the week and start of the month, we use
Mhm.
a date here.
Yeah.
So if we want to add, the start of the month, can we use like from the data set of the start of the year,
Uh,
or
so
it have to be always from the date set?
okay, so one net, if I understand correctly, you are saying like using start of the year column, can I derive start of the month?
Yeah.
No, that won't be correct, right?
Uh-huh.
Because you want to, your base data set is date. Basically, you want to add, or you want to have as many as columns which will define the characteristics of your date column, right? So you have multiple dates in each of the rows and you want to know what is the start of the month for these values, right? So if you want to create any of the column, say day name, start of the month, start of the week, any of these, you ideally you should select the date column and then do that, because what will happen, all those functions will be applied on the values of the date column, right, which we want. I don't know, maybe using the start of the year, let me see, using the start of the year you might get the correct result. You won't get, right? Because what will happen, let's say you are on the start of the year, right? So in the start of the year, you have values 1, 1, 20, 15 in most of the rows. Using this date field, we have created this, right? So let's say this is my base column. So in here, we have 1, 1, 20, 15 everywhere. Now, if you create start of the month using this column, what will happen? Everywhere it's 1, 1, 20, 15. So instead of 1 to 2015 also, it will give you 1, 1, 20, 15 only, because what it will feel that the date is 1, 1, 20, 15. So 1, 1, 20, 15, what will be the start of the month? For that particular value, the start of the month will be 1, 1, 20, 15, which is actually not right, right? Because you looking at the date is 21 to 2015. So it belongs to February month. This date is of February month, which is being defined using the start of the month as February month. The start of February is 1 to 2015. But if you use start of the year column to define this value will change to 1, 1, 2015, which is not right, right? So the tip is never use any other column. You have to use the date column to derive any new date column that is out there, right?
Alright, I got you.
Okay. Any more question? Anyone?
No, I'm clear with this.
Okay. So if you are clear, you guys are clear with this, then I think we are good. We can actually close and apply this. So as soon as I do that, you see right now we have 2 tables, but then now you will have 3 tables, right? One calendar lookup will come here. This is the, not this one. This is the calendar table. And in the model view also, you will see there is third table that came, which we just now created, which is calendar table, right? So these are the 3 tables. Now I will, since we have time, we started late, we will uh, I will quickly pull one more data set, which is now different from what we have done till now, right? So let me quickly pull. I will pull, let's say, sales table. Okay, sales 2017. So a preview page will open in which we will have order date, order number, product key, customer key, order quantity, order line item, all these things, right? We will hit on transform, and then we will change the name. So we will make it AW. Now I'm not writing lookup over here. Okay. Why not lookup? Because this is a data table. Now in detail, I will talk during the modeling modeling class. But right now, just to give a brief idea, what is the difference between lookup and data table? So if you see here in this table, you will have order quantity and order line item, right? Basically, how many orders were created or orders were placed for each individual products. So if you see here, you will have multiple keys: territory key, customer key, product key. So all these are keys which will help you to join with the other table. And this table actually have the the number of orders that happened, basically the sales that is happening for each of these product, and which customer has made the purchase, uh, which product has been sold, on which particular date it has been sold, right? So all those data is present over here. This is not characterizing any particular entity, right? Which means in the product table, we had all the information related to product. In the customer table, we had only information related to customer. In the calendar table, we had only information related to date. But in sales table, what do we have? In the sales table, we have information related to how many sales happened along with the key, different key, so that we can combine it with all these tables. We have product key, we have customer key, we have date field over here. So this is not a lookup table. This is a data table wherein you have the actual sales that happened in that particular or in a particular year for a particular customer, product, etc. Right? So this is a this is a data table, uh, and hence I'm not putting lookup at the end. I will talk more about data table and lookup table in detail later on. But for now, just understand that this is a data table, and hence we are not applying a lookup at the end of the name of this table. Okay. Any question? Because I have spoken so much.
Mm, no, no, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
If you have confusion between data and lookup, we will cover that. Apart from that, right now you are good, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine. So now, this is one of the table, sales table, which has all the sales related information that happened in 2017, year 2017. That's why the naming is in such a way, which is showing me that all the sales that happened in 2017, year 2017, right? Now, there are two things that I wanted to talk about. One is if I go to add column, okay, and I go to, there are two things. One is index column and one is conditional column, right? What do we understand by index column? Usually we don't use it, but I just wanted to talk about it. So this index column will create a new column saying, let's say we have like we want to give numbers to each of these, right? Each of these rows, 1 2 3 4 5 6, likewise. So in that case we can use index column, wherein if you click on index column, it will create a new column in which you will have value starting from 0, or you can actually change the value starting from 1 also. So that will give you 1 2 3 4 5 6, likewise. uh, List of sequential values which will help you to identify each of these unique rows. But since we have like date and like for each of these rows is unique in itself, because I know that on a particular date this product has been sold, this customer has purchased, and that in this territory it has been purchased, and these are the total orders. So each rows in itself is unique here. There is no duplicate rows in this data set. So index column won't help here. But if let's suppose there is duplicates in your data set, and then you want to uniquely identify those rows. So in that case, you can use index, which will give you a list of sequential values. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6, likewise. It will assign like value, individual value to each of these rows, so that you can uniquely identify the row in the table. So this just wanted to talk theoretically, because that doesn't make sense for us in this context, like in this table. So will not show you here. But the second thing is conditional column, which is good. So if I click on the conditional column over here, what does it shows me? Conditional column is something wherein you can put a specific condition. Let's say if the order quantity is 1, then create a new column saying quantity type, and it will have values, let's say single item, something like that. So let me actually create one column and show you how it works. So in this table, we have order quantity, right? So using order quantity, I want to create a new column saying if I have quantity greater than 1, then tag that particular row as uh, multiple items. And if the quantity, order quantity is 1, then tag that particular row as single item. So in that case, we can use conditional column, which means basis on few condition, we are creating a new column and assigning a new value to that column, right? So I am selecting order quantity, clicking on conditional column. Let's say I give the name of this column as quantity type. Okay. And what I want to do is, let's say if order quantity. Okay. If order quantity, and you will get the all the column name over here for that particular table, whichever table is selected for that particular table, you will get the list of all the columns out here. I want to select order quantity here. There is operator in which you can select equal, does not equal, greater than equal to, less than equal to. So I select equal, and then I want to tell if order quantity is equal to 1, then it's single item. Okay. Then I can add another condition saying if order quantity is greater than 1. So I will select greater than 1. Then tell it's multiple items. Okay. And else, uh, just it's better to have like some other values. Let's say your in your data set value is something like null, or it's not NA, something which is not appropriate. In that case, there should be one else condition wherein I will put other, which means like if these two are not relevant, then it will show me other in that particular row. So I'll hit on OK. So if you see, there is a new column created. And why new column? Because we have selected it from add column. The conditional column, I have selected it from add column. That's why a new column is created. The name of new column is quantity type, and the values here is populated basis on the condition that we applied on the order quantity. So if you see, wherever there is more than one, it is tagged as multiple items. Wherever there is one, it is tagged as single item, right? So if you see here, you will have multiple item, single item. It's saying list may be incomplete because it's seeing like few rows from the top. If you see load more, it has looked into the entire column, and then it is telling there are two options: multiple item, single item. We are good with it, right? And so that's how you can use conditional column, right? So basis on few conditions that is out there, you can create a new column and tag that, like name that, give a name to that each of these rows, right? Any question, anyone? Like, any question in the conditional column, this option?
No, it's clear for me.
Okay. Shanaz, for you, is it clear?
Yes, it is clear, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, so I think we are good with today's lecture. This is what I wanted to talk. Tomorrow, what I'll be doing is I will be talking about the little bit advanced uh, options. Let's say you see there is group by, right? So when to use group by, why do we use group by, and all those things, little bit advanced concept I will talk about. And then what is the difference between merge query and append query? When do we merge queries? When do we use append queries? So all those things I will discuss, and then if time permits, I will import like few other data sets, data tables, and I will show you like how merge queries, append queries, all those things works. So right now we are actually, where are we? Let me actually close and apply this. So we are, I will not say halfway, but we are progressing good, because if you see, we have actually imported 4 of the tables. by the end of the entire course, we will have like the 10 tables and we will create relationships. So tomorrow we will import two more data sets, and I will talk about like the a little bit like important concepts, which is like merge queries, append queries, and all those things. Because usually these kind of question comes whenever you will apply anywhere, they will ask like which is better, when do we use merge, when do we use append, what is the difference, what is the difference between lookup and data. So all these basic things are important, right? So we will discuss this tomorrow. And for today, if there's no question, then I think we are good with the today's lecture. We can connect tomorrow. I've saved my workbook. And yeah, any question, anyone else? Let's wrap up today's session.
All right.
Uh,
Where can
uh,
we get the record videos? I mean,
Yeah, I will share the link to you, Becca and Shahnaz, today itself.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
yeah. Thank you.
And if you guys can send me one email address on the chat, I can share the data sets also with you guys so that you can
All right.
start practicing from your end. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good day.
you.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.